but I know that you do Christian rap. That's something you do on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about like what brought you into that area and just talk? I want to hear your story on that talent and how that all worked out.
Well, I grew up outside Detroit by 8 Mile, so I automatically rap because of Eminem.
Right.
It's automatic, you know. No, so I'm 40. I'm 44 years old right now. I was almost 40. This was like in November of 2019, and I was in the mountains. I was driving home from work through Southern California. I still live in Cali, and I was in the mountains and I was with God, I was praying, talking, and I remember praying, help improve my communication. And I said, God, ain't nobody picking up what I'm putting down. They all think I'm crazy. Help me improve my communication so these people hear me and listen. And whatever, that's a prayer. And then I was driving away. It was like 10 minutes later, and I hear, start writing your emotions in rhymes. And so as soon as I heard that, I was driving, and it was like an explosion of energy in my car where I started shaking. I was hyperventilating. My heart was pounding out of my throat. I was like winded. I was like that, sitting in a car. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, that was the answer to my prayer. How do I improve my communication? Start writing your emotions in rhymes. And so at this point, I had never thought about writing rhymes. I've always been a rap, fan of rap music. I started back in the day with Insane Clown Posse, right? Back because I'm from Detroit, underground stuff, right? I had all their tapes, their cassette tapes, and then moved on to the gangster rap, the obvious progression to Anger My Father, right? And so, I've loved rap music. I was a stan for Eminem. I mean, that's all I listened to, and I never thought about writing. I never thought about rapping. I always hated my voice, so it's never crossed my mind. And so that night, I went home and I said, okay. I just started writing rhymes, and I was like, I woke up in the morning and I'm like going over what I would write the night before, and I'm like, does it even make sense? Like, what am I writing about? It was just flowing out of me, and it was like my testimony. It was like fluid. It had continuity. It was like cool. I mean, it was basic. I didn't know what I was doing yet. I started writing some poetry. I wrote some stuff for my wife. I wrote some stuff for my kids. And then one day I discovered beats on YouTube. I'm like, oh, I should be writing the beats for sure. And then I started practicing. I was going on YouTube and looking up how to rap. I'm dead serious. How to rap. Because I never looked at it from the performer aspect. It's always been on my end, where I'm listening to it, but all of a sudden I'm like, all right, what are they doing exactly? And I'm like, all right, breaking it up into bars, and there's the flow, and it's like, okay. And so I just started doing it, and then in July of 2021, I recorded my first actual track at a studio. And so that was about my wife's. I witnessed my wife go through like an awakening. And it was like the moment I believed in God. It was an instantaneous change where I didn't believe in God, and then I knew he was real. It was like he pulled the veil of reality back and peeked down at me, and I know God's real. And so that radically changed my life. Changed my life. So